The caliber of a firearm is the distance between the opposite lands of the barrel's rifling and is one of the main characteristics determining the power of the weapon. The legendary Mosin-Nagant rifle, adopted by the Tsarist Army in 1891, was designed for the 7.62x54mm cartridge, and it was from that moment that this caliber firmly established itself in the world of firearms. It might seem that the culprit was found, the developer of the cartridge who simply didn't like whole numbers, but that's not the case. It's much simpler than that. The thing is, at that time, the English system of measurements was used in Tsarist Russia, and everything was measured in inches and lines. One line is equal to 1/10 of an inch, which is equivalent to 2.54 mm. Therefore, 3 lines equate to exactly 7.62 mm. Thus, the original bullet caliber had a rounded value, 3 lines, hence the name of the Mosin-Nagant rifle, Trehlineyka Russian for 3-liner. The metric system was adopted in Russia in 1899 upon the proposal of Mendeleev and was established as the mandatory system of measurement by the provisional government in 1917. By that time, the cartridge and rifle had already been in use for 26 years, and nobody bothered to change the caliber to a whole value. When developing the cartridge for the future Kalashnikov rifle, why did they decide to keep the caliber at 7.62 without rounding it? The English machines used to manufacture barrels and bullets for firearms were precisely set up for this caliber. There was no need to retool everything just for the sake of a rounded caliber. The economic situation in the country did not allow for such expenses. But what about the 5.45mm caliber, which was developed from scratch in the 1972 when the economic situation in the country was much better than in the post-war period? The appearance of this caliber in the Soviet Union was a response to the adoption of the 5.56mm M16 automatic rifle in the United States. Soviet developers borrowed the American 5.56mm 22-inch intermediate cartridge, made some modifications, and obtained a 5.6mm caliber cartridge. The ballistic properties of this cartridge turned out to be acceptable. The methodology for measuring caliber differs between the Soviet Union and the United States. In the USSR, the caliber is measured from land to land, while in the US, it is measured from groove to groove. If the caliber of the AK-74 is measured by the depth of the grooves and the actual diameter of the bullet, it would be 5.6mm. However, since in the USSR the caliber of firearms was measured from land to land, it was recorded as 5.45mm. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and click the notification bell. There are many more interesting and unusual facts ahead. This was Dan Knight. Thank you for watching.